Chosen one, listen closely, because what I'm about to say is something your spirit has been waiting to hear for a very long time. The truth is, you were never rejected, you were rescued. And the moment you finally understand this, everything about your past will begin to make sense in a way it never has before. There were moments when doors slammed shut in your face, opportunities slipped through your fingers, and people you trusted suddenly walked away without warning. It felt personal. It felt unfair. It felt like life was targeting you. But what you didn't see, what you couldn't see in those painful moments, was the divine hand of God, pulling you away from places where your spirit would have suffocated, relationships that would have drained your calling, and environments that were too small for the magnitude of the destiny inside you. You thought you were being pushed out, but God was actually pulling you upward. You thought you were being excluded, but God was preserving you for something higher. You thought you were being abandoned, but God was positioning you where your purpose could finally breathe. This is why the rejection hurt so deeply, because it wasn't your ego being challenged. It was your spirit being redirected. And the reason you're watching this right now, at this exact moment, is because God wants to reveal the truth behind what you've been battling in silence. You were not rejected because you were unworthy, unlovable, or not enough. You were redirected because you carry an anointing that cannot survive in just any environment. Your spirit is too rare, your calling too significant, your purpose too elevated for the places you once tried to fit into. God saw the conversations that happened behind your back. God saw the energy that surrounded you when your heart was too pure to recognize it. God saw the hidden intentions of the people you trusted. And when He saw that where you were standing could not support where He was taking you, He stepped in, even if it meant breaking your heart, temporarily to protect your destiny permanently. This is not just a message, it's your confirmation. The rejection was a divine intervention. The loss was a divine correction. The separation was a divine redirection. And tonight, before midnight, God is asking you to stop seeing what you went through as a punishment and start seeing it as preparation. You weren't pushed away, you were moved forward. You weren't denied, you were chosen. And everything that left your life was making room for what's about to enter it. Chosen one. The pain you felt during those seasons of rejection was not random, it was the echo of a spiritual intervention, unfolding right in front of you. You didn't realize it at the time, but every moment you cried, every night you questioned why things were falling apart, every time you felt abandoned or overlooked, heaven was shifting something in your life that you could not yet see. There were wounds that felt unfair, betrayals that cut deeper than words, endings that shattered you when you least expected them. You didn't just lose people. You lost the version of yourself that needed their validation. You didn't just lose opportunities. You lost paths that were never aligned with your purpose. That ache in your chest, that heaviness in your spirit, that feeling of being pushed out of places you wanted to stay, those were not signs of failure. They were signs that God was intervening, rerouting, and protecting you from something your heart didn't understand, but your soul would one day thank Him for. In truth, rejection is one of the loudest ways God speaks to His chosen ones, because He knows you would never walk away on your own. Your heart is too loyal, too forgiving, too committed. You hold on even when others let go. You give chances even when they've already taken too much. You try to fix connections that were never meant to last. So when God sees that your spirit is in danger, when the environment around you is draining your anointing, dimming your light, or delaying your calling, He steps in. And yes, His intervention often appears first as loss. The people who suddenly stop caring, the job that falls apart, the door that closes, the opportunity that slips away, these are not coincidences. They are red flags disguised as heartbreak. Warning signs meant to pull you out before you get trapped in a place that cannot carry your future. But the emotional weight of that process is heavy. And you felt it deeply because chosen ones don't experience rejection the way others do. When you're chosen, your heart is sensitive. You feel spiritual shifts more intensely. You experience endings not just emotionally, but energetically. You sense when something is being removed, even before it physically disappears. And that's why the pain lingered. It wasn't just the loss of people or opportunities. It was the release of spiritual ties that no longer served your elevation. Your heart wasn't breaking. It was expanding. Your life wasn't falling apart. It was being rebuilt. Your spirit wasn't being punished. It was being refined. You see, God will let you feel the discomfort so that you will move. He will let you feel the emptiness so that you will detach. He will let you feel the rejection so that you won't return to what was draining your soul. You were not meant to stay where you were rejected, because the environment around you had reached its expiration date. Certain people were connected to the older version of you, not the one you are becoming. Certain places could hold your past, but not your destiny. Certain opportunities could sustain you temporarily, but not elevate you permanently. And God, in His love, removed them, not to hurt you, but to save you. You didn't lose anything. You outgrew it. And because you didn't see the spiritual shift, it felt like pain instead of protection. But looking back, you will realize that every no, every closed door, every disappointing moment was God's way of carrying you to something bigger, something safer, something more aligned with who you truly are. The pain was never meant to break you, it was meant to wake you. It was the sign that a divine intervention was unfolding, that heaven was rerouting your steps, that your destiny was being recalibrated. And now, that very pain is becoming the doorway to your breakthrough. Chosen one, when God removes something from your life, it is never an act of punishment. It is always an act of replacement. You may not see it at first, because divine transitions rarely happen with comfort. They happen with separation, silence, and sudden shifts that force you to let go of what you thought you needed. But once the dust settles, once your spirit begins to breathe again, you start to realize that God never takes without giving back something greater. You didn't lose love. You lost attachment to the wrong heart. You didn't lose stability. You lost a situation that was limiting your growth. You didn't lose connection. You lost access to people whose energy was incompatible with the path you're being elevated to. When God removes, He is making space. And chosen ones often face the deepest removals because the destiny attached to their name requires room. Clarity, and alignment that cannot exist when surrounded by the wrong people, wrong environments, or wrong desires. God knows what you don't. He sees the intentions behind every smile, the truth behind every conversation, and the reality behind every opportunity. He sees what your heart is too pure to recognize. And so, when He steps in to protect your future, not your feelings. The very things you begged God to let you keep were the very things He knew would hold you back. Think of the moments you tried to force situations that clearly resisted you. The relationships you tried to save even when they drained your spirit. The opportunities you tried to pursue even when they left you anxious, exhausted, or uncertain. You called it persistence, but God called it misalignment. You called it loyalty, but God called it self-sacrifice. You called it love, but God saw dependency. And so He removed it, not because you were unworthy of it, but because you were made for something far greater. Your heart may have wanted it, but your destiny did not. The people who walked away were never meant to stay. The opportunities that slipped away were never meant to bloom. The doors that closed were never meant to open. You think you lost something, but in truth, God was protecting you from everything that would have destroyed your peace, your purpose, and your identity as a chosen soul. And while you cried over what left, heaven was preparing what would come next. You didn't know that God was aligning new connections who would honor you, not use you. You didn't know He was preparing opportunities that matched your calling, not your comfort zone. You didn't know He was setting up breakthroughs that required emotional, spiritual, and mental space that you didn't have before. Everything God removed created room for clarity, room for healing, room for authentic love, room for purpose, room for elevation. You had to be emptied so you could be filled correctly. You had to be redirected so you could be positioned strategically. You had to be separated so you could finally hear God's voice clearly. And now, chosen one, the replacements are already on their way. What you thought was the end was simply the rearranging. What you assumed was loss was actually a divine upgrade in disguise. You don't even realize yet what God is about to bring into your life: connections that nourish your spirit, opportunities that unlock your potential, environments that match your gift, and blessings that reflect your true worth. When God removes, He replaces. And what is coming will not only make sense of everything that left, it will make you grateful it didn't stay. Chosen one, what you don't realize is that while you were grieving the things that left, God was already preparing the path for what is about to enter your life. You may have felt forgotten, unheard, or stuck in a cycle that seemed to have no exit. But heaven has been working behind the scenes long before you ever sensed a shift. Every delay was divine. Every pause was purposeful. Every quiet season was strategic. Nothing in your journey has been accidental. While you questioned why certain people disappeared, God was aligning new connections who would understand your spirit on a deeper level. While you wondered why opportunities dried up, God was preparing pathways that would not just open doors, but open doors you were truly ready to walk through. While you felt isolated, God was elevating you to a level where not everyone could go. Redirection is not just about being pulled away from something. It's about being guided towards something far greater, something your eyes have not seen and your heart has not yet imagined. You see, chosen ones rarely see what God is preparing until it arrives, because your spiritual journey requires trust, not foresight. If you saw the magnitude of what God was arranging, you would run ahead of Him. If you saw how blessed your future is, you would not be able to remain patient in the process. So God conceals the details and reveals only the essentials: the push, the pull, the shift, the separation. Those are your signals, your spiritual breadcrumbs. The rest is hidden so that your faith, not your fear, can guide you. And right now, God is preparing things for you that require a level of alignment you had to go through the fire to reach. He is setting up connections that require emotional maturity. He is raising opportunities that require spiritual sensitivity. He is opening doors that require wisdom you never had before your heartbreak forced you to grow. Nothing was wasted. The tears, the loneliness, the waiting, the confusion, all of it was shaping you into the version of yourself capable of carrying what God is bringing next. And here is the part many people never understand. When God redirects you, He doesn't just move you, He transforms you. He refines your discernment so you won't repeat old cycles. He strengthens your spirit so you won't settle for less. He expands your vision so you can finally see beyond your limitations. He clears your heart so you can receive genuine love without fear or insecurity. He heals your past so you won't sabotage your future. This is why the path you're walking now may feel unfamiliar, uncertain, even uncomfortable. It's because you're no longer being guided by your wounds, you're being guided by God. And that shift changes everything. What's coming next will require you to step boldly into a place of confidence, peace, and readiness. The place God is leading you to will not look like what you lost. It will be better, deeper, safer, more aligned. The relationships coming your way will not drain your spirit. They will lift it. The opportunities being prepared will not distract you. They will fulfill you. The environment being shaped for you will not limit you. It will expand you. You are being positioned for divine alignment, divine timing, and divine elevation. Chosen one, your new path is not ahead of you, it's already unfolding. You are walking into a season that was designed specifically for the healed, awakened, elevated version of you. Everything that left made room. Everything that changed created space. Everything that hurt pushed you forward. And now, God is guiding your steps toward a future that will make you realize why nothing in your past worked out the way you hoped. The path is prepared. The timing is set. And what's coming next is exactly what your soul has been waiting for. Chosen one, this final message is the moment where everything you've endured, everything you've questioned, and everything you've survived finally connects. Your redirection was never meant to break you. It was meant to awaken you. You were never meant to stay in places where your spirit was shrinking, your energy was being drained, or your purpose was being suffocated. God didn't redirect you to punish you. He redirected you to reveal you. You are stepping into a chapter where the version of you that tolerated mistreatment, settled for less, ignored your intuition, and dimmed your own light no longer exists. That version of you was necessary for the lessons, but the awakened version of you is necessary for the destiny. What you're feeling right now, the shift, the pull, the sense that something bigger is calling you, is not imagination. It is alignment. Your redirection has led you to the exact place where your breakthrough can finally manifest without resistance, without interference, and without the wrong people attached to it. Everything that once felt like loss is about to become the very thing that shows you how deeply God has been guiding you all along. This next season of your life will require you to trust in ways you've never trusted before. Not because God is asking you to walk blindly, but because He's asking you to walk boldly. He wants you to step into this new chapter without carrying the weight of old fears, old disappointments, or old identities. He wants you to believe in the path He's unveiling, even if you can't see every step. Because now, you're not walking based on what you lost, you're walking based on what you're becoming. You're not moving from pain. You're moving from purpose. You're not being driven by fear. You're being led by divine guidance. And the more you surrender to that redirection, the more doors will open for you in ways you never imagined. This season is not about chasing. It's about attracting. Not about forcing. It's about flowing. Not about proving yourself. It's about stepping into the spaces where God has already validated you. Your redirection has sharpened your spirit. You see clearer now. You feel deeper now. You discern faster now. You no longer cling to what doesn't value you, doesn't support you, or doesn't align with the person you're becoming. That's growth. That's elevation. That's awakening. And because you've reached this level of awareness, God can finally release what He's been holding back until you were ready. The blessings coming your way require a healed heart, a focused mind, and an awakened spirit, and that is exactly who you are becoming. You are stepping into relationships that nurture your soul, opportunities that elevate your calling, and environments that honor your purpose. You are stepping into a season where peace is the new normal, clarity is the new language, and blessings are the new rhythm of your life. You will look back on what you lost and realize it was never rejection, it was divine transportation. So let this be your reminder. You were redirected because you are chosen. You were shifted because you are protected. You were separated because you are being elevated. The redirection was the awakening of your destiny, the unfolding of your path, and the beginning of a new chapter that will make everything you cried for make sense. You are not walking into your breakthrough, you're already in it. Every step from here is guided. Every move is aligned. Every blessing is intentional. This is your season of divine arrival, and nothing can stop what God has already started in you.